Coach, great to have you on. How's everything going?
Everything's going great. Really appreciate you having me on again, Paul. Things are awesome here in Columbia. Got a big-time parade tonight to honor Coach Staley and our women's basketball team for winning the national championship. So that'll be in downtown Columbia this evening, and that kicks off what should be a fantastic weekend of Gamecock athletics and our spring game Saturday night.
I want to ask you first about her, because we all know the job that she did. But how does one program at a school like South Carolina feed off of another when there is great success?
No, it's for me as a head football coach, I'm able to just point to their program and what they've accomplished, and be able to say to recruits that they've won multiple national championships in women's basketball. Ray Tanner, our athletic director, when he was the baseball coach, he won multiple national championships as the baseball coach. So you can accomplish everything here on and off the field, and you can win championships and get an amazing education here at Carolina. So certainly that energy for sure. I know I was just right before I got on this call, I was FaceTiming with a recruit, and he was asking me about the parade tonight for the women's basketball team. He lives here in South Carolina, and we had an interest in coming over here to watch it. So certainly recruits feed off that energy, and we had a prospect on campus recently that all he wanted to do was meet Dawn Staley, and she took the time to do that, and he later told me that was the highlight of his visit. So anytime you have great coaches and great teams on your campus, it helps all the other sports, and we're no exception.
And I know how much you support that, because I saw pictures of you up in Minneapolis for the Final Four, which I know you and your family enjoyed. Let's talk about what you are seeing every day and what the fans will get a chance to see later in the week. I know most of the conversation's about Spencer Rattler, but we'll start with him, but he's not the only player I know you're excited about.
No, I really like this group. It's a fun group to be around. They're working like a team that's not satisfied with just 7 wins. They have higher goals than that, and they're working like a team that understands it's going to take a lot of work to win more than 7 for sure. But they've been a fun group to be around out there on the field. A lot of new faces. Obviously, people talk about Spencer Rattler, but we've got other transfers that have come in here. We've got a lot of mid-year enrollees that came from high school. So there's a bunch of new faces out there, and all of those guys have done a nice job of blending in with our program and getting acclimated. And it's been a good spring. We're 13 practices down. We have number 14 tomorrow, and then we'll cap it off Saturday with number 15 in the spring game.
Coach, every coach has a different approach to the spring game. Sometimes it's a celebration. Obviously, yours is going to be at night, which is a little bit different than some of them. What are you and your staff hoping to get out of Saturday?
Yeah, for one, I want to, we're going to create as much of a game atmosphere as we can. We divided up the teams, and it's not necessarily offense versus defense. It's going to be, the true Garnet team and the true Black team with offensive and defensive starters on both groups. I expect it to be a great crowd and a great environment out there in our stadium. And that'll be great for our players, because for a lot of these guys, Paul, Saturday night will be the biggest crowd they've ever played in front of, whether they're coming from high school or whether they're a transfer from a smaller school. So being able to see how a lot of these guys handle the big stage and being under the lights and being on television, excited to see how a lot of those guys handle that. And really just to get out there, I want to see our guys compete and play with the effort that we want to play with, play in, play out here at South Carolina, and it'll be a great reward for our guys. They've really worked hard since they came back here in January to start the off season, and Saturday night's a reward for all their hard work. It's a great opportunity for our fans to see the 2022 football team, the ones that are here right now. We've still got to add some pieces to it as we go into the fall, but it should be a fun night, and really, obviously, like every coach, want to stay healthy, but really just want to watch our guys go out there and compete.
Coach, sometimes programs move in incremental steps. Seems like you obliterated that during your first season. Anything would have been considered successful, but you won so many big games. The bowl game was the cherry on top of the cake. Does that affect what happens next in terms of expectations?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Certainly we finished on a strong note last year, winning 3 out of 5 and winning the bowl game over North Carolina like we did. That was just a fantastic day for our program and our university up in Charlotte. And then the key for us now, Paul, is understanding all the hard work that went into winning 7 games, that it's going to take that much and then some to go to the next level. And certainly it's helped our team this year because they've got a lot of confidence in going into the 2022 season, going into the offseason like we just did. There's a lot of energy and excitement about South Carolina football. I've had so many people tell me they've never been more excited about Gamecock football, and that's humbling to hear them say, but as the coach, I see all the areas to improve. That you know this from being around it so long. It's such a thin line between winning and losing. And yes, we won 7, and that easily could have been 9. That easily could have been 5 in some ways. And understanding that the people around us, nobody in this conference is slowing down or going backwards by any stretch of the imagination. But so you certainly want to continue to embrace the confidence and the excitement that we have in this program right now, and our guys have. But also understanding that we have a lot of work to do and not losing that chip on our shoulder. And last year everybody was telling our guys how bad they were and they weren't going to win more than 2 games, and we certainly use that as fuel and motivation. And there's a lot of people now patting our guys on the back, and that's great, but also we don't want to lose that edge that we had last year, and the way that our guys are working and practicing, I'm confident that we won't.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.